Hey guys, what's going on? In today's video, I'm doing a full review of the REDTIGER F7N Touch dashcam. I'm going to walk you through the setup, go over all the features, and we'll also test it out on the road to see how it really performs. So let's jump right into it. This is the box it comes in, and inside you'll find everything you need to get started. There's also a hardwire kit that you can buy separately, which is designed specifically for parking mode recording. But I will show you both installation options. Now here's everything you get in the box. First, you've got the instruction manual and a quick start guide. It also includes some clear protective films that go on your windshield to help protect the glass where the dashcam mounts. Then we have the main dashcam itself, which records in 4K and has a really sleek design. It also comes with a 128GB memory card included, so you're ready to go right out of the box without needing to buy extra storage. This small piece comes separately in the box, and it's actually the mounting bracket. It attaches to the dashcam and secures it to your windshield. You also get the rear camera, which records in 1080p. It comes with a very long cable, so even if you drive a large vehicle like an SUV or a van, it'll definitely reach without a problem. They include 2 extra pieces of double-sided tape as well, in case you want to keep everything mounted permanently. The kit also includes the power cable that plugs into your cigarette lighter port. It even has a USB port built in, so you can charge other devices while using the dashcam. And finally, there are a few extra accessories to help with cable management and installation. So that's everything that comes inside the box. Now let's move on to the installation process, and I'll show you how easy this really is. The first step is deciding where to place the camera. I recommend picking a spot that won't block your view while driving. In my case, I'm going to install it on the passenger side of the windshield. Before sticking it on, it's a good idea to clean the glass using a microfiber cloth and some isopropyl alcohol to remove any dust or grease. If you want to protect your windshield, you can use one of the clear protective films that come in the box. But in my case, I'm just mounting it directly. Installation is super simple. Just press the mount against the glass and twist it to the left to activate the suction. And that's it. It's already secured in place. Now it's time to run the cables. The first one I'm going to install is the power cable, which supplies power to both the front and rear cameras. It runs from the dashcam to your car's cigarette lighter port. The key here is to find the shortest and cleanest path so the cable stays out of the way and doesn't cause any issues. I will start by plugging it into the USB-C port on the dashcam. Just a quick note, this same USB-C port can also be used later to connect the camera to your computer and download footage, or you can simply remove the SD card. Whichever is easier for you. Now that the cable is connected, I'm going to route it down to the cigarette port. In my case, I'll be tucking it along this path to keep everything neat and out of sight. The kit also comes with this little orange tool, which is super helpful for tucking the cable behind the trim. It makes the whole process a lot easier and helps keep things looking clean and professional. While I run the cable, I'm just using this tool to gently push it under the edges of the interior panels, so nothing is left hanging or exposed. I just finished connecting the power cable to the cigarette port, and since the car is on, you'll see that the dashcam automatically powers up. But we're not going to set it up just yet. I had a good amount of extra cable left over, so I just tucked it neatly under the driver's side panel to keep everything clean. Now let's move on to installing the rear dashcam. First, I'm going to clean the rear window to remove any dust and make sure the tape sticks properly. The installation here is a little different. The rear camera comes with a tape, and you can choose which side to run the cable, left or right, depending on your car and what works best for you. In my case, I'm running the cable to the left, so I'm going to position it like this. Make sure you remove the plastic film that protects the lens. And now we just need to connect the rear camera to the main one. It only needs one cable, since it gets its power directly from the front dashcam. Just like before, I'm going to run the cable along the trim using the same method we used for the power cable, keeping it tucked in and out of sight. Now I've reached the front camera with the rear camera cable, but as you can see, there's a lot of extra cable left. Since this car is pretty small, I ended up with more slack than you might get in a larger vehicle. What I'm going to do is hide all this extra cable along the same trim I used earlier for the power cable, just to keep everything tucked away and out of sight. And whatever was still left over, I just tucked it neatly on the passenger side where it won't be seen and won't get in the way. Now it's time to set up the camera. As you can see, the rear camera isn't showing up at first, and that's because I didn't press the cable into the port firmly enough. That's something that might happen to you too. Once it did show up, the image was upside down, but that's actually because I installed it that way on purpose to run the cables to the left. If that happens to you, don't worry. You can go into the settings and use the rear camera flip option, and it'll correct the image right away. This camera has a ton of features and settings you can customize. One of the main ones is the resolution. You can adjust it depending on your needs. I'm leaving it on the highest setting to test the video quality, but keep in mind that the higher the resolution, the more space it takes up, so you won't be able to store as many recordings. You can also set the loop recording to 1, 3, or 5 minutes depending on your preference. There's a fatigue reminder to let you know when it's time to take a break, voice command support for hands-free control, and it even displays your speed and precise location thanks to the built-in GPS. So yeah, there's a lot to explore in the settings. And one of the coolest things about this model is that the screen is fully touch sensitive. It makes navigating the menus and settings super easy and intuitive. Another great feature is that you can connect the dashcam to your phone and control everything from there. In the manual, there's a QR code that takes you straight to the app. Just scan it and install the app. To pair the camera with your phone, go into the settings on the dashcam, find the Wi-Fi icon and turn it on. It'll show you the name of the Wi-Fi network and a default password. On your phone, connect to that Wi-Fi, open the app, and you'll see the dashcam appear right away. From there, you can view both the front and rear cameras in real time, and you can also access all your previous recordings. Having a dashcam is already super useful for recording anything that happens on the road, but being able to view those recordings instantly from your phone makes it even more convenient, especially if you ever need to review footage on the spot. And from the app, you can also tweak a few other settings directly without needing to touch the dashcam at all. Now let's move on to what really matters, the video quality. Starting with the front camera, I have to say I'm impressed. The image is super clear, and unlike many dashcams that struggle with color accuracy, this one handles colors really well. It captures a lot of detail, which is exactly what you want in case anything happens on the road. I record at different times of the day and everything looked great across the board. Now, the rear camera has slightly lower quality, and I noticed the exposure tends to drop a bit, probably because of my rear windshield. But surprisingly, the rear camera performed better at night than I expected. It picked up more detail than I thought it would and looked pretty decent in low light. As for the front camera at night, it is amazing. Even though my windshield had a few dirty spots, which you'll see in the footage, the camera still managed to capture everything clearly. Just to give you an idea, I drove down a street where I could barely see anything with the headlights off, but the camera still recorded the road. That was really impressive. Now, the setup I just showed you only works when the car is turned on, since it's powered through the cigarette lighter port. But there's actually a better option that lets the dashcam keep recording even when the car is off, and it can even detect motion while parked. To do that, you'll need to get a separate hardwire kit, which looks like this. Inside the kit, you'll find the cable that powers the dashcam. This one connects directly to your car's fuse box, which allows it to stay powered even when the engine is off. The kit also includes different fuse adapters for various car types, so no matter what vehicle you have, you should be covered. In most cars, like mine, you'll find the fuse box under the driver's side dashboard. If it's not there, it might be on the passenger side. Once you locate it, you'll need to connect the cable, which has 3 wires. The yellow wire goes to a fuse that only turns on when the car is running. The red wire connects to a fuse that always has power, and the black wire is your ground. It needs to be connected to a metal part of the car chassis to complete the circuit. Now, depending on your car, the fuse layout will be different, but the key is to find one fuse that only turns on when the car is running, and another one that always has power, even when the car is off. In my case, I use the fuse for the sunroof, which always stays on, and the ACC fuse, which only turns on when I start the car. Try to pick fuses that aren't tied to anything critical, just to be safe. And most importantly, always double check using a multimeter to make sure the fuses behave the way you expect before connecting anything. So the way you put it is that you need to remove the fuse from the slot you've chosen. Then take that fuse and plug it into the slot on the adapter cable that comes with the kit. Once you've done that, insert the adapter into the same fuse slot where you removed the original fuse. What you're doing is basically extending that fuse connection so it powers both the original car component and the dash cam. In the end, it should look something like this. And now, just connect the ground wire. In my case, I'm attaching it right here to a solid metal part of the car chassis. Once that's done, you can run the rest of the cable the same way we did earlier. Now, on the dash cam, go into the settings and look for the parking mode options. There are a couple of different modes to choose from. The first one uses the G sensor. It'll activate the camera if your car gets bumped or if it detects movement. The other options are time-lapse modes, which continuously record at a lower frame rate while the car is off. If you're using the G sensor mode like I am, there's one more setting where you can adjust the sensitivity. You can set it to low, medium, or high, depending on how sensitive you want the detection to be. Right now, the car is off, and if I give it a little push just to simulate some movement, you will see the dashcam automatically start recording. It might look like there's a slight delay when it powers on, but as soon as you see the red light, it's already recording. Overall, the REDTIGER F7N Touch is a really solid dashcam. It is packed with useful features like voice control, GPS, real-time app access, and a fully responsive touchscreen. The video quality, especially from the front camera, is sharp both during the day and at night. If you're looking for a dashcam that's easy to use, has strong performance, and gives you peace of mind while driving or parked, this one is definitely worth checking out. Thank you so much for watching. I'll leave links to all the products I used in the description below. If you use my link, I'll earn a small commission, which helps support my channel at no extra cost to you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll be happy to help. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.